Well, we were ready to get Edith, our camper, geared up for like a 3 to 4 week trip. We were going to go out west, hit up New Mexico, stay out in some warm weather for a little while because, I'm in a big coat because it's getting cold here in Ohio. And then swing back through, see some family out in Nebraska. It's going to be a cool, awesome trip. However, as we were getting ready to go, some of our electrical things were not working, and we were like, I wonder why that is. So I found a wire on the outside that was ruined, and then we realized a squirrel had gotten into our camper from underneath. So thankfully not in like the living area, but in the areas where all of the electrical things are. And he threw in a bunch of nuts, pulled out a lot of insulation, and destroyed a lot of our wiring. So trip is canceled.
Canceled?
And now we have to figure out how to get this repaired and how much money it's gonna be. Wonderful, thank you, Squirrel. Okay, so this is the underneath portion of our camper where obviously you can see we stored a lot of things. We have our campfire thing in there, our water hose, some hose hookups, stabilizer things, and man, Squirrel did some damage, tons of nuts. Yeah, those wires right there for solar panels. Now we're inside underneath of the bed. A lot more nuts, just great. And so our wires that are being chewed, and he got like in and all the way around into the back. So he's chewed on some plastic stuff too. This squirrel went absolutely crazy. There were hundreds of nuts that were in there. And there were maybe 8 to 10 different wires that were chewed on that are gonna need replaced. I don't fully know how that process works, but what it's looked like so far, we thankfully have insurance on our camper, and there was an add-on that I happened to select. I don't even remember selecting it, but I'm very glad I did. It's like pest insurance, so it covers rodents and damage like this. So I called Progressive, who our insurance is through, and they said, okay, cool, we'll get all your information, which they did. I explained the situation, and then they're sending out a representative to check out all of the damage. I have to walk them through and show them everything. Then they provide an estimate, and then we can take, I guess, that estimate and then go to any of the repair shops that we want to go to. They fix it, and then we have up to $5,000 to spend, potentially based on the estimate, I guess, to then have all of this stuff fixed. We've already cleaned it out and wiped down everything, so all of that is looking good now. It really is just the wiring, and then there is a section where the squirrel climbed up and through. Maybe it was a family. I mean, with that amount of nuts, probably was. Climbed up and through, and they chewed on and out some of the paneling so that they could get into different places. And underneath of the camper, it's not super well done. It's just a tarp, essentially, that covers everything in the base. So they easily got rid of that tarp and then found some of the different entryways into our camper, which is great. So while our camper is getting fixed with, hopefully, wiring bare minimum, the wiring stuff I don't really know how to do, but we can ourselves, I'm pretty sure, go underneath and then figure out how to close off some of these holes and then put some type of mesh or like chicken wire in some sections to just prevent any type of rodent getting into our camper from underneath. And I have seen other campers before that have had mice and things get into their camper. So I know just like a house that happens, but there have to be some better ways to prevent this from happening because the people that made this camper, they have some special type of foam that they put around some of the openings where some of the hoses go down and through. But there was a hole in one of those that I don't know if it just wasn't foamed well or what, and it was all the way down to the ground. I could see the cement underneath, and that was one of the spots the squirrels got in because the tarp was ripped away from there, and they were ripping that tarp out so they could get through into these holes. And then I could see into that hole, down in the cement. Joy.
Oh, joy!
Yeah, so like I was talking about, we had a super cool trip planned, but not happening anymore. So instead of going on a cool trip, we're just gonna pay a bunch of money to get our camper fixed. Yay.
This is money to burn.
I really have no idea how intense this fix will be. I will kind of give you an update video. So for people that this happens to in the future, you can maybe just get somewhat of an idea. But yeah, process, if you have insurance, I would definitely recommend the pest insurance. If you store your camper outside, get that down. Then once this does happen to you, hopefully it never does, but if it does, you call your insurance, get the claim information, submit that, have them come do appraisal. They give you that information. You take it to a place to get fixed, and then hopefully they fix it, and then you can be on the road. I'll let you know how that fix situation goes for us. I hope this never happens to you. It is not fun, especially when you're planning to go on a trip. And then then you find out right before, the day before you're supposed to go out on a trip, the squirrel has just made your camper its home. Hope you enjoyed it, squirrel. That just sucks. All right, I will see you in the next video. I'll give you an update, but we'll do some more travel and some more fun things on this channel too as well. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you then. Peace.